No, I don't think so, but
You said a second ago it was.
Well, I mean, I think that the sacrifice is like the same, but I don't think that monogamy is the same between men and women. I mean, I think that I know how men are biologically wired. They want to stick their dick in whatever they can that can have a baby, right? Like that's just how biologically men are. But I mean, a man who doesn't do that and is able to go against like their biological wiring and only have sex with one person, whether that's like however many times a day they need, whatever, I think that that like shows much more character in a man than someone who just goes with their impulses all the time. Like I think that that just shows like that you're actually with a strong man and that they're not.
He's a real man,
See,
Myron.
that sounds great on paper, but the reality is you didn't have to work to get into the candy store.
Okay.
So that's easier for you to say, but you didn't have to work to build your value up.
Okay.
So why do you expect a guy to bust his ass and do all this?
I mean,
right?
I
And then
feel
be
like
monogamous
you
to
do
you,
have to work.
and then you think it's equal that you being monogamous is the same.
I mean, maybe not physically you have to work to get your like value up or whatever, but I think mentally 100% you do.
As a man or a woman?
A woman.
No, you don't.
Girl.
You could be a retard bimbo and still get a guy.
Right.
We've seen plenty of girls do it.
Like for a
and get a millionaire too if you're bad enough.
I mean, I'd say that men who value like women who actually have opinions and women who aren't just like Barbie dolls that they have to show around.
Are real men.
Yeah, right. Are real
So
men.
you're operating
like
a lot
men
of
with
shoulda
brains.
coulds.
Yeah.
All right. What about you? What? Because you also think monogamy between the two is the same. How can you tell a guy how many pieces of candy he can eat?
You can't. I can't control what another person does. I can only control myself.
Because you were also saying you were agreeing with her that like monogamy is the same between the two, and I'm trying to say it's not.
I
at
never
all.
agreed to that. I never said that.
When she made that point, you literally were like, "Oh
No,
yeah." Like,
no. Listen, I can listen to someone and hear their perspective and nod my head like, okay, that's your view. I don't think monogamy. I know men are hardwired for sex, and if he wants it, he's gonna get it. I know a lot of women that do everything. Like, what was the question that y'all asked earlier about? What would you give up?
Sacrifice for.
What would you
that
sacrifice
was how this started.
Okay.
Was what would you give?
There's
right?
so
in
many
exchange?
women, right? There's so many women that do all of that and they still get cheated on. So you can't, at the end of the day, you can't control what a man wants to do. You know what I mean? All you can hope for is that they respect you enough to tell you what the fuck is happening, or how they feel, if they want some head, or if they want to go out and get some new pussy. That's all you can hope for, is that they can tell you.
Ultimately,
Like,
you can't make anyone do something that they don't want to do.
Right.
Right.
Anyway,
I got a question.
Yeah.
So say that I was gonna ask both of you, if either of you get married, or when you guys do get married, would you make a woman sign a prenup?
Of course.
Okay. Would you make your woman sign a prenup?
I'm not getting married.
Oh, you don't want to get married?
No.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Yeah, but we
Okay.
wouldn't get married. I mean, I think getting married is a bad move for a guy nowadays.
Okay, so my question is for like women.
Wait,
like,
you think getting married is a bad move for a guy?
For men, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
For women, it's a W. For y'all, it's great. That's why women want to
So
get
then
married so
if
bad.
you-
But
Wait, so hold on. If you're like influencing the culture of men right now in 2023 and you're on here saying that it's like a bad move for men to get married, how do you expect any of us to get married? Because all they're going to do is follow you and be your fanboy and be like, oh, I don't want to get married.
All right, so
You do know- that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, hold on. Raise your hand if you have OnlyFans. Exactly.
She doesn't have
Well, that's a funny
No,
thing to say
I'm
because
really just asking because like people are like watching you guys and like I know that like you may not, you do know, but like you're like their Hannah
how about this? Let me
Montana
ask
for
you a
the
question.
guys.
Let me ask you. How about this? Let me ask you a better question. Let's say you were a millionaire, you were successful, and you want to get married, right? And you're a girl, but you can, let's flip it around, right? Let's say you want to get married, but there's a 50% chance that that your marriage is going to end. Your man is going to initiate divorce, and there's a very high likelihood that you're going to have to pay him alimony and child support. Would you still get married knowing these things? You.
If I was in love, like, do you never like, okay, I get it. You guys
Answer the question.
But
knowing these risks and knowing the statistics and the raw hard facts, would you get married knowing that, and you are the one that busted your ass to make that money? Would you?
I mean, if I loved them enough, like, do you think you'll never love a woman enough in order to like excuse that?
Would you get a prenup?
I'm. It's not. How
I'm
are
asking
you
you now. Would you
laughing?
get a prenuptial agreement?
If I had a lot of money, yes, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just getting married, period. You said it's not a good move for men.
I'm asking you, like, with all these numbers in mind, would you still get married?
If I really love the person, do you feel like you would never love a woman enough to get married? Even with all of those things, you don't think there's one person on earth that you will excuse all that for?
Knowing all those things, why get married?
That's so my question.
All right, well, let me ask you another question. Name one benefit that a man experiences from marriage that he can't get in a regular relationship.
I mean, a backbone. Most of the most successful men sometimes have like a good woman behind them.
Always.
You do realize that men
sometimes. I didn't say every man.
You do realize that men typically have to build themselves up to the point where a girl even sees them and wants to be a backbone, as you would say?
I mean, I feel like the culture, like most times, like people send like their daughters to like Harvard and Yale and all these places, like not because they're actually smart enough to go to this school, but like I went to like a really good university too. And like I know that most of my friends' moms or like the girls sent them there to find husbands, like to sit there and be like, oh, he's in engineering or oh, he's in bio or whatever, like to meet them there, grow young, build, whatever. And like they end up with that person.
That doesn't change my argument that marriage is not beneficial to men in any way, and it's destructive and can lead to financial ruin.
It can be in some ways.
So y'all still thinking
you feel like all women are evil?
I didn't say that. Like, do you not just hear what I just said? Like,
I do, but it could be kind of beneficial.
So what's the difference?
She wants marriage at all costs possible for most people.
Yeah,
we're just saying, as a man, look at all the stats on the table. For us, it sucks because if you decide to cheat or whatever, do whatever you want, break up with us, we lose.
The laws are not in our favor.
Okay, so what about this? So you get with a woman, right? You love this woman, y'all get married, you make her sign a prenup, right? So men are dogs, men want to be like having sex with every female. So y'all been together 25 years. This woman, when you met her, she was a virgin. You know, you got her at a virgin. Now she's 40 years old and you kick her out. And this whole life she's been working for you. She's been like cleaning for you. And now you like leave her for your new piece of ass. So why would women like? I still feel like
risk too. Like we have risk too.
Yeah, like women are taking risks too when it comes to stuff. Like if you're making me sign a prenup now, I have to trust that in the next 20 years you would never leave me and find a new piece of ass. And now I would be starting from the bottom.
Women have this is what I mean when I say like, yo, are you aware that women initiate like 80% of the divorces?
Yeah, men don't.
And overwhelmingly the amount of breakups.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
According to what? Like according to
stats,
to facts.
The facts.
Women initiate most of the divorces.
Yes, overwhelmingly, and they initiate most breakups.
Yeah,
I mean, think about how many times? How many times?
I don't know,
ladies. Let's say on the panel. How many times how many of you guys have been broken up by a guy before? Raise your hands.
Not for real.
And if they do,
that's my point. Look, none of y'all have even been broken up with a guy before. Now, how many of you guys broken up with a guy before?
Multiple times.
Yeah. But I have very good reason.
Fucking incredible.
No, but you have very good reason because like my ex was fucking crazy. He was drinking animal blood. He wasn't doing that at first. He wasn't doing that at first. When I met him, he was in the NFL and he had a straight head on him. He didn't have those red animal blood. How is the NFL a red flag? Because he's successful for a sport. Now that's a red flag.
That's
like
what? Y'all don't know.
Like that doesn't make any. Like they are red flags because they have a successful podcast.
Let me just address her thing real fast. That what you just said, a man being with a woman for 25 years and leaving her for a younger piece of ass, that rarely, if ever, happens.
Yeah.
But it could happen. So it's still a risk.
It doesn't happen, though. Like, it doesn't matter what could and should. What is that more than likely, statistically speaking, it isn't going to happen. Because men understand that if I divorce a girl after being with her for 25 years, there's a chance I might take some L's financially.
Alimony.
There's a reason why the quote, "it's cheaper to keep her," is a phrase.
So that's why most women initiate divorce because men don't want to lose their money.
And in general, men are very simple creatures. Men don't leave women that they actually love and like. Which is why I disagree with you that men actually love idealistically. Women love opportunity.
So you don't think men will get tired of like their wife that they've been?
They'll get tired of them. They'll get tired of her wanting to fuck other bitches,
but they don't divorce.
But they're not gonna leave her.
It's funny because women get married for love, right? And it's funny that feeling of love fades away. So what happens is you might be with a guy for like 10, 20 years too. You get bored, whatever.
Yeah, it's
you know, the guys come over to clean the pool. You know what? I'll just bang him for fun because you're bored.
I think they do it out of like, not revenge, but like they know that. I think like
I think it.
women who fuck the pool boy or whatever, it's because they
Or dumb
know.
hoes.
Are like they
Well, no.
make? Are they like?
It's
I mean,
exactly.
they are dumb because I wouldn't do
men
that to
come,
my
but, like,
man. But
it depends if he's pleasing his wife. I don't
Yeah.
think. I think a lot of it happens from an unhappy woman when she's not sexually getting satisfied, and she's too scared to communicate that with her husband, which is still wrong.
Who cares
but
about a woman's sexual satisfaction?
Right. Like
Who
I said,
cares?
listen, men
Well-
are incapable of love because
man.
your feelings don't
my
matter.
man,
I keep,
my
I
man.
keep
I
listening to this.
why
Look,
do you
look,
women have to be
look,
completely
no.
irrelevant to everyone?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that a man's duty, right, to you as the man, is to not sexually provide for you. That's like I would say that's like a plus if he wants to do it. It's an elective.
Which is selfish.
Right?
And
That
love
is
Hold on,
selfish.
But
stop,
love is not
stop.
selfish.
Let me finish my point. All right.
All right, auntie.
Men have to bring so much to the table to even get a fucking date. Okay, they got to be tall. They got to
Yeah.
be charming. They got to have money. They got to have charisma. They got to make her like.
It depends
they
on
gotta
the
pursue
woman.
enough.
Look good. Look
It
good.
They
depends on the woman, though.
Can you stop interrupting, please?
They gotta have a checklist.
They gotta be able to have all these things in place, right? Be attractive enough and pursue, but not to be too creepy. Like show her enough attention without coming off simpish. Like have money, but not be broke. Like all this shit. Women have all these things that men have to do. A man's duty typically when he deals with a girl is provide security, provisioning, leadership, guidance, protection, right?
Yeah.
That's what a man's job is typically to do for the girl. The woman's job is sexual satisfaction for her man because that's what men look for mostly. That's why men get with girls 99% of the time is for your sexuality. There's a reason why every single one of y'all is wearing makeup right now in this panel and is dressed in a certain way to look your best because women understand that their sexuality is their primary agency. Tell some of y'all make money off of it.
So sex
Strippers,
is equivalent to
OnlyFans,
love to
etc. That is, you are able to monetize off of your beauty. That should tell you how powerful your beauty is. I can't make OnlyFans and make a bunch of money like that. I mean, like, as a regular guy,
Yeah.
I mean,
a regular girl can. A regular guy, no.
You have to work
I mean,
twice
in
as
this
hard.
day and age, you probably could.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of gay men who are like,
out there.
Yeah, you definitely can.
But think about it though. The level of money you're gonna make is way lower.
Definitely,
way more
I
than him.
agree with
Because what
that.
they're
I agree
essentially
with that.
saying
I
is
agree.
that,
Yeah.
okay, to build
Hold on,
value.
I think I explained myself.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, to
question.
build value, that
Um,
means you have no
yo.
value. No
Yeah.
value, so they have to get value because nobody's interested in them unless
Okay,
they do
we
something.
don't need the paraphrasing, but thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
But the-
Question real fast.
But I don't like the.
What?
If you're not having sex with your like 40, 50-year-old wife, then why would it matter if she did go sleep with a pool boy if she was horny and you didn't want to have sex with her?
Because that's treachery. Because
And already everything that you worked for to get her and everything that was she was the
because men
prize,
have
but
to.
now you don't really.
The reason why it's unacceptable is because men have to do all this right to get a
Yeah.
girl. Like women have this whole laundry list. You know what men typically want from a girl? Don't be annoying. Don't be a hoe. Don't embarrass me. We
That's
don't
it.
ask for much.
That's it.
So since we don't ask for much, each thing we ask for does what? Carries more weight.
And you're forgetting he got the house for you, the kids, the cars, the lifestyle. All that's paid for.
I'm just saying if you don't value like her sexuality, like her or like if it doesn't really matter anyways.
doesn't matter.
If it doesn't matter, then like
Look, I'm not saying men shouldn't please their girl. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that it's not at the top of the totem pole. It's not the most important thing. That's your job to sexually satisfy your man, right? I'll give you an example. If I get with a girl, if she wants to work, it's elective. She doesn't have to, right? Just like with me, if I
Right.
want to smash my girl, I better come. She doesn't necessarily have to. It's elective.
Okay, can't.
Well, hold on.
That's how it is.
Just so you understand. Hold
That's
on,
how
hold
it
on.
is.
Just so you understand. My girls come here every single day. Not just me though.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just about to ask a question.
Again, if
I mean,
you-
she can't do it.
I wanted to ask all the girls.
Look. Again, like I said before, I'm not saying the guy shouldn't make you come. He should, right? You should work for it or try to. What I'm saying is that it's elective. Just like you choose if you want to work, the guy should choose if he wants you to if your sexuality matters, your sexual satisfaction matters. I don't think it matters that much because men have to bring so much more to the table to get a girl in the first place. Y'all should be happy off of all the other shit that I've done for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
but
Do for yourself.
can I ask a question to all the women? Would y'all ever be with a guy who didn't make you come? Like, would you actually be in a serious relationship
No.
with a man who didn't make you come? If you would you raise your hand?
No.
And that's just y'all jumping.
I
through
would
hoops.
because you have vibrators. It's okay if he does literally everything else and he just can't make me come.
Yeah, I'm
there's
worried about it
vibrators.
a little bit more than like nutting. My vibrator could do that,
shout out to Vapor.
but
Yep.
I mean, I am.
The road.
But I feel like orgasming together is like real intimate.
Yeah, it's
thing,
better,
and
but
that's
it's not-
that's not what I'm
There's a
like.
bond.
100% worried about if I'm like coming when I'm like, okay, am I really gonna be with this man? Like, am I gonna like ride for him? Like, am I gonna like only be with him? Like, I'm not only like worried about a nut, cause I mean,
That's just
because you get so many other things satisfied by men.
Yeah, there's
That's what I'm trying to say. Like men have to do so much more. So it's like for a woman to say, "Oh, I need to come too." It's like, bitch, I give you everything. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like you said, men are selfish. I think women are selfish.
Yeah.
Well, explain.
And it's hardwired in their biology. Women have to be selfish.
Well, that's not the nature of woman. But no, it's not. See, our idea of woman is patriarchal.
Oh God, here we go.
Listen, man, I'm making a nut every single day. Is what it is.
I mean, but that's all y'all want. So those basically, your wives are prostitutes.
Bro, where you going with this nigga?
No, seriously. You said she don't have to
What's
come.
the next question?
No. I'm saying she gotta come.
Yeah, well, he said she don't.
You're not gonna put a roof over a hoe's head. What are you talking about?
Yeah, facts.
Well, y'all paying them. So that
Who
helps.
paying for pussy, nigga? None of us.
Well, that's why you got the book to tell them to stop sipping, right?
There you go.
Right. So somebody paying for it.
And I disagree with your point because you're saying that men don't love women. I would argue that men actually love women for real, because the thing is that there's not many prerequisites needed for a man to love a woman. But there's a bunch of prerequisites for a woman to love a man.
Well, but sex, y'all say sex is love because that's y'all's highest desire.
I never said that.
That's not.
I don't know.
Actually, he said that earlier.
I don't think that's what he said.
I didn't hear.
Bro, you're
I don't know what you're watching.
Gotcha.
It's like what?
Wait,
Chris, what the hell is this?
No, because she sounds like him. That's why.
That's what the chat been calling her all night.
Obama. That's funny.
Yeah, I disagree with you. Again, back to what I was saying. The reason why I disagree is because men are willing to die to protect their girl. Women typically are not willing to die to protect their man.
Are you protecting her or your self-interest? No, seriously. Because your whole objective to get her is to have sex. That's y'all's main objective, or is it to take care of her, love her? Y'all just say y'all don't care about
Back in the early
sex.
2010s, okay, the movie Dark Knight came out, right? And there was a shooting, I think, in Aurora, Colorado, right? This fucking mass shooter came in and started shooting and killing everybody. There was a couple of couples there. The boyfriends jumped on top of their girlfriends, naturally, by the way, because it's a man's natural instinct to protect his woman. They died. The girl survived. Please explain to me how men don't have an innate need to protect women that they care about. Well, I think that is the truest definition of love.
Well, here's the thing. Care and love are two totally different things. They are.
It goes hand in hand, though.
Not necessarily, because you can't love what you don't like, and care is an emotion. Love is not one. Love is not an emotion. Right.
What is love?
Love is not an emotion.
Okay. What is love? Seriously,
baby, don't hurt me.
It's a chemical in your head. That's
no, seriously. Because
look. My argument is simply